we here? We are all connected to the stars. We are all one. Who do you want to be?
Hey, I'm Sally Alka. Welcome to Gyro Intuitive. Today I wanted to talk about imagination, and it's one of my favorite subjects because I think that innately from a very young age, I had a very vivid imagination, and I believe that that's one of the things that's helped me stay connected, is that I've always allowed my imagination to explore and connect with it, which I find really exciting. So, to explain source connection and connection with source, I do find it incredibly difficult to be able to, translate and be able to describe the essence of that and what I receive and how I perceive it. I believe what actually makes things hard is, or hard to understand, is actually having to explain them. Having to explain the innate essence of my beingness and what I see and feel and know and perceive on my own personal journey. It's been one of my biggest struggles in finding the right words to do any kind of justice to the magnificence of the experience, and it's the entire experience, not just one occurrence. It's the unfolding of creation, and it's the journey of self-realization and connection. The vehicle of our language, the words we use, it's a very, very clunky one and limiting one at best. When I ask you to envision a rose, some of you will see the entire plant. Some will focus their attention on the petals themselves, or maybe the stem or the thorns. Some will have a emotional response to that, or some kind of stimulation in certain areas. It will trigger physical responses in others. The more we think about this rose, the more that we dissect it, the more complex or complexity that we feel about this rose. This complexity is only created by our ego trying to analyze it. So rather than just experience its, innate beauty, and admire the natural beauty that the rose is. And I think that sometimes that's how I go about a lot of my connections, is that rather than trying to analyze them or dig into them, I really do just sit back and allow them to come and perceive them as exactly as they are. Although I do personally hold my own dream experiences in very high regard, mainly because of my ability to lucid dream consistently. It really is the active imagination that does provide a much more direct line of participation of the conscious mind. So our active imagination brings the knowing of the true self into complete effect. And many people are using their imagination against themselves by imagining what they don't want. When we look at daydreaming, we might say that it's considered to be the unconscious watching of the streams of illusion. Imagination could be categorized as the conscious and intentional creative processes that occur when we merge with our higher self. This is an innate ability that we all possess that deepens our sense of self and allows us to play with all of creation on many dimensional levels. These things cannot be contained or completely conceived by the human mind. We do the best that we can with all that we know about reality to make sense of imaginative experiences that we have. However, we are only able to give, at the very best, a non-physical, watered down version of our own limited perceptions. It's impossible for you to create anything in your imagination that is not represented somewhere in your unconscious. You really are an energetic manifestation machine. And when you access this line of imagination and communication with your higher self, you open yourself up to being able to access all sorts of information ingrained in every layer of your being. It's not what the information is that's so important. What is important is the process, the journey of self-discovery, self-realization, and self-mastery. That's the infinite journey. And that is what gives substance to everything. So none of it really matters. What really matters is your own personal journey. And it's unique for every single person. I prefer to enjoy the experience of creation without any kind of meaning or distortion. And this may be the crux of my hesitation on channeling publicly. I do enjoy these things in my own time, and the evolution of a lot of these connections can take some time. And through that evolution, there's a lot of self-growth that does occur. I enjoy the intuitive process that I go through with myself, and enjoy the creation through which I am able to express that in this reality. So I enjoy the process of it unfolding, and I understand that things develop as they need to and when they need to, and I have a deep faith in this. I suppose that the thin layer between ego and illusion lies in the truth of the soul. It's a very delicate line and very, very easy to distort. So we all understand the human nature is quite good at distorting things. Ego waters down the imagination. So we find that through the ego, its attempts to distort things, we find areas of resistance and separation. When we break through the control that the ego has over us, we allow the true creative flow of the mind without any judgment. I enjoy to view the archetypes through everything on a major and minor scale. Fascination into these primordial energies really fascinates me and connects me to my higher consciousness, as I understand their influence upon me, the collective, the planet, and our solar system. In the process of activating our imagination, a personal process occurs in which we can analyze our own deep nature and our current perceptions of the world, one in which we can take responsibility for rather than being controlled by our circumstances. By nurturing the soil in which our imagination grows, we stimulate the awareness and expand in abundance. Most people have absolutely no idea that our imagination is one of the greatest forces in this entire universe. So now the question remains, with our potent godlike essence and with access to infinite lines of creative abundance, how are you going to use your imagination? I just wanted to say thank you for watching. I hope you liked today's episode. I will be bringing out an episode shortly on archetypes, which I'm really excited about. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.